Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jamie, and if you're new here, welcome. I hope you find something that you like. So I have a lot to talk about today. I have been very busy cross stitching. I've been very busy quilting and sewing, which I'm so excited to get back into. So I got a lot of that to show. I'll show that more towards the end. I have a big haul to show. I have a finish to show that is kind of old that I showed in my last video, so I'll actually show that first. But I just have so much to talk about today, so let's just get right into it. I know it's been 3 weeks since I've last talked to you guys, and I am so sorry. I just had some things come up, which I will talk about that at the end here. So let's just get right into the video. So last time in my video, I showed this, and this is You're My Sunshine by Stitching with the Housewives. And I, per the recommendation of a viewer, I had a, what's this called? Sunflower, just one right in the middle. They recommended putting 3 on the outside, and I love it. Thank you so much. This is amazing. I love it so much more than I did before. So I just wanted to show that because I did do something different with it, and I wanted to give them a shout out. And I'll go ahead and tag their channel right here or down below to show what they had said about this. But I think it's so cute. So thank you so much for recommending that. Okay, now to get into the cross stitch. So I have been stitching, but not a whole lot of stitching. So I'll show you what all I have. So my first whip that I have is Meet Me at Midnight by FrizzyLizzieStitches. This is what it looks like. And then this is where I am. So last time you had saw this, I just had the word midnight, which took me 4 hours to do. But since then I have added, started to add the other color purple, and I kind of filled in the little purple right here, probably less than 50 stitches in, but that's what I did. And that's why I gotta show you guys, even though it's not a whole lot. So this purple, I actually had a blue color. I had Granny Annie by Classic Colorworks, and it just, the more I was looking at it against this week's Dye Works purple, which is Peoria purple, whatever, how you pronounce it. The more I was looking at it together, I did not like the color combination, so I decided to do a different color purple. And this purple right here, let me show you a little up close. I hope that focuses. But that purple is Purple Rain by Weeks Dye Works. And I think it works a lot better, actually. I really like how it looks with the other purple. I really like the variegation of it. And I think once it's actually stitched out, it will look so good. And I just have to dedicate more time to this. It is a Christmas project for my siblings, so I do have to dedicate more time to it here in the next, what, 4 months. Oh my god, Christmas is coming by so fast. Anyway, so I gotta get this done, but that's what I did on it these past 3 weeks. Again, not a whole lot. This next one, I have 2 new starts. Oh, and I have a finish. I totally forgot about the finish. Let me show you that finish first. Okay, so my finish is I was stitching out of Feminist Cross Stitch by Rohr. I was stitching Safe Space. Let me move all my threads here. I have all my threads there, but this is what it looks like. That's what I was stitching. And this is it complete. I am so happy with how that turned out. It was a lot easier than I thought. It was just a little tedious because you have to start, stop, but if you look on the back, I traveled. I did a lot of traveling, which I'm totally fine with. It's just go in a frame. I'd have to go to like dollar store or Goodwill and find a frame. I'll probably do that tomorrow, but I absolutely love how this turned out, and I thought it would be such a cute idea if I did it in a gradient instead. So this is also a new start. And I'm gonna have two of them. One, the original, and then one I'm gonna have Safe Space. Let me flip it here. I'm gonna have Safe Space as a gradient. So it goes from the red to the other colors down to purple, and then purple down back to the red. I'm gonna do the border the exact same. So I'm really excited about this piece. So this one is a new start that I did the other day on it. Very excited with how this is turning out. I think it's looking so good so far. Even though the yellow and the orange are a little hard to see, but I like it. If I could restart this, I would stitch this on black aida, 14 count aida, and do the border white instead. But I think it's going to look really cute anyway. I might still do it that way. Might do a third one. I don't know. What do you think? I just have so many ideas, but yeah, so I should say, is Safe Space by Stephanie Rohr from her book, Feminist Cross Stitch. So that's that. That was my finish and my new start. I have two more new starts. The next one is by the Witchy Stitcher. It's part of their Patreon of the month pattern, which is spooky season. I am obsessed with this. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. And this is how mine looks. So excited. Look at it. It looks so good. Sorry, I got so high pitched, but it looks so good. Okay, let's look at it close up. Okay. Doesn't that look so good? It looks so good on the pink. This is a 28 count Monaco that I dyed petal. I've been saying it wrong the past couple videos. I've been saying pestle. It's petal pink. But I dyed it myself, and this is what it looks like. And I think it looks so good. She has another pattern called Summer Sucks, and I still have some of this fabric left. So I'm going to stitch Summer Sucks on the same color, and I'm just going to have them back to back. I'm going to frame them the exact same, so that way during summer I can have them out. Halloween is my favorite season, favorite holiday. Fall is my favorite season. I just love it. Halloween is a whole season. Let's just be honest. Halloween is a season, not just a day. At least in my household, it's a whole season. But I love this so much. I think it looks so good. I did this for one day, so this is one day's worth of work. And can we just admire the greens in this watermelon? Those greens might be my favorite DMC color combination. I'm stitching this on the called for DMC, by the way. But I just love the greens in this, and I just love the little watermelons, spooky watermelons. You can't go wrong with that. And my husband was telling me ever since I started cross stitching that I need to cross stitch a spooky, like Halloween summery piece, and she came out with this, and I'm like, yes. So I went to Michael's and bought the called for DMC immediately, started stitching it. I started stitching this on Wednesday, I believe it was, this past week. So that would have been, let me look at my calendar, the 2nd. Started stitching this on the 2nd, August 2nd. So I think it looks so good. I love it. And again, that's from the Witchy Stitcher from her Patreon. All right, and then my next one, I started stitching this as soon as it came in. This is a monthly weigh-in by Stitching with Housewives that they are doing with Fat Quarter Shop. This is their September. Look at how cute that is. Look at how cute. And I'm stitching this with the called for Classic Colorworks, as well as the called for fabric, which is 28 count Monaco. What is it called? Tea-dyed. And this is where I am at. So this is actually 3 days worth of progress. So I feel like I've got a lot done in 3 days. Even though it may not look like it, but okay, first look at the variegation in that pumpkin. I love the variegation in the pumpkin. But so I stitched on this for I think 3 days. This is how far I've gotten. It's not a whole lot because people are already done with this. And I'm like, how? So, but I started this as soon as I got the pattern and the floss for it, and I love it. I can't wait to stitch the rest of it. They just showed what the excuse me. They just showed what the October is going to be, and I am in love with that. So once I get that, I may stop this one and start the October one because hello, spooky. But that's where I'm at with this. This is monthly weigh in September by Stitching with the Housewives. And I have this in a made by me project bag. I forget what fabric this is. But I also paired it with their monthly weigh-in charm. I almost said chain, or charm that I bought as well. So that's that, and that is actually all I have for stitching. So again, I feel like I've done a lot of stitching, but I actually really haven't. Just a lot of new starts and stuff like that. But I do have a lot of quilting and sewing to show you, as well as a haul. So if you just came here for the Flosstube, thank you so much for joining in. I hope you found something that you like. This is going to be the quilting and the sewing section of the video now. All right, so let's get right into that. So first, I have a lot to show you. So this is a quilt top, and do I want to stand up and show it? I'm gonna stand up and show it. Okay. First, this is what it kind of looks like right here. Okay, I'm gonna have to show this in sections. So this is what it looks like. And I did a panel by, I forget who the designer is, but it's by, not Riley Blake. I forget who the designer is. I'm so sorry. I will look it up and I will put it right here. But I am stepping all over it. Oh my goodness, I am a mess. So I will put who it is right here. But what I did, it's all I know is called that it's a boy. That's what it's called. I got this panel out of a Fat Quarter Shop panel grab bag that they do. Had the panel, loved it, and I had these economy papers, and I decided to go ahead and stitch them up. And I love how it turned out. I believe it's like 45 inches wide by maybe 50 inches tall. I don't know. A little lap for a baby, of course. But I love it. It was so quick to do with the foundation papers that it's so Emma from Fat Quarter Shop Supply. That's what these are out of. And these are the fabric that, besides the panel, I used fat quarters that I actually got in Paducah while I was there. But you can find yardage, and you can find fat quarter bundle on, I've said the name 5 times, Fat Quarter Shop's website. You can also find it on Missouri Star. I'm sure you can find it a whole bunch of other places. But I just used what I had, and I love how it turned out. I'm actually going to quilt this on my embroidery machine. So that's going to be something new and exciting for me. That is going to be a whole day project. I have not used my embroidery machine since I was gifted it, and I am very intimidated by it. I am very nervous to use it, but I figure this will be a nice piece to do for it, at least a testing. And depending on how the testing comes out on the quilting, I am actually going to put this in my Etsy shop. So look for that hopefully in the next month. I'm very excited about it and how that's going to turn out. All right, my next quilting project. This is going to be part of a drop that I'm going to do on my Etsy shop. And I think, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, September 2nd. It all depends on how things go between now and then. However, you know how it is. I've been very busy with work. I've been very busy at home, you know, raising my kid and everything. I've been very busy with just a whole bunch of stuff. So it's finding that perfect balance. Again, I'll talk more about that at the end. But anyway, this is the, I'm gonna stand up again. This is another panel that I did. Let's move it up. All right, let's talk about it. So this is a panel I got from Joann Fabrics, and it's called Hello Fall, obviously. Hello Fall. That'd be a cute thumbnail. I'm gonna put that as my thumbnail. Anyway, it also has a hanging sleeve on the back. So this was the first time I had hand sewn anything besides paper piecing. So it is not the best. You can tell, where's it there? It's not the best, but with each one I'm gonna get better. And this again is going to be part of a drop that I do in my Etsy shop, hopefully soon. And I'm very excited about it. I'm hoping to have 4 of these made by then. And this took me trimming, basting, quilting, binding, 4 hours. Very reasonable, very easy to do. I can do it. I just have to put my time into it and just get off my ass to do it, basically. I mean, that's just all that it is. So that's that. My next project is a table runner. I'm not getting up for this one, but this is what it looks like. It is so cute. So this fabric, oh, and this is what the back looks like. So this fabric is Corey Yoder's of her Buttercup and Slate collection that came out, I believe it was last year. And Mojave Farms Quilting Company, they did a quilt-along in January for their confetti pattern to celebrate the new year. And this is leftover blocks I had from the confetti pattern. So I put it into a little table runner. I put a border on it, quilted it, bound it, just did a basic stitch on it. And this is going to go in my on my dresser in my bedroom, and I am so excited about it. It's just something very quick to stitch up because I just did a straight wavy stitch, so it was very easy to do. My next one, I actually just did this yesterday, I believe. Yeah, yesterday. This one is another table runner. I got bored of just kind of what I've been doing. I got bored and I decided I wanted to do a table runner again. So I used a 7.5 inch economy block. And let me show you what that fabric is up close. They're little gnomes. If you don't know, I am obsessed with gnomes. Gnomes are my favorite. But this is what this looks like. So Halloween gnomes with plaid, bats, cobwebs. I even put my little tag on it. I need to put the year on there. But, oh, my labels. I got this label, not tag, label. I got this label from Ever Emblem. I'll tag them down below. I'll put their shop down below. I love getting my labels from there. I also got my Nesting Seams label, which I didn't show you on this Hello Fall quilt. Let me go back to that real quick. This is what my Nesting Seams label looks like. I hope that focuses. And then on the back here, it says quilted by Jamie Cruz, which is me. So exciting. So that one is for my business, and this one is for my personal. So if I remember to put them in, that is. I don't always remember to put them in. But I love this table runner. This is going to go on our table starting, I'm going to talk to my husband and say September 1st. He's going to say October. I'm going to win. But just did a little meander on this. If you can't see, just a little meander. I just want something fast and simple. I didn't want to stitch a whole lot on, didn't want to spend a whole lot of time on quilting. When it comes to table runners, I'm very simple when it comes to table runners, just because they're going to get dirty. I make my table runners because I know they're going to get dirty. So I just do a simple straight stitch, wavy stitch, meander, something like that. I don't do like a stencil where you have the chalk pounce pad on them, because I don't want to spend a whole bunch of time and hours into quilting. It was just going to get dirty. So that was that. And this next one, I cannot show you the full quilt. Soon though, I can show you it next month. So I am a pattern tester for Mojave Farms Quilting Company and Ellie. And great small business. If you can support them, I'll put all of their info down below. I love Ellie, love everything that she does. And when she came out with this pattern for testing, I was like, I'm doing that. I have the fabric to do it. I'm jumping on it. So I jumped on it. I got the sewing of the blocks done in a day plus a night. So pretty much a whole day. And then I quilted it and I bound it, and this, I'm just going to show you a little bit of what it looks like. So this is just a little sneak peek. Okay, I love it. I love it, I love it. And I can show you the back, of course. But on the back, I went to Joann's and I bought this, they're super snuggle flannel. So it's very nice and soft, and it's glow in the dark. And I love it. I think it matches perfectly, especially with how the front is. You can tell that it is a little Halloween-y. I love it. And I will be able to share the full post soon. That will be going up on, once the pattern drops, I'll talk about it in a video because I did pattern test for it. You can also, once the week leading up to the pattern drop, I will be talking over on TikTok and my Instagram. So make sure you follow me on those platforms, and definitely make sure you go check out Ellie and Mojave Farms. I love her, love everything she does. All her patterns are super easy. I've been testing for her since November, December, somewhere around there, maybe January, maybe the new year. I don't know. A couple months though, almost a year. And I just love everything that she does. And then one other thing of sewing I have, back in April, Missouri Star Quilting Company did a sew along where you make a hexie a day, quilt as you go hexie, for the month of April, and you turn it into a table runner. April was when I started my quilting funk and my sewing funk. So I had every intention on doing it, but just never did. So I am kind of starting back into that. And this is my progress on the quilt as you go table runner. It is, I believe, 8 or 9 hexies. One has 9, one has 8, one has 9 is what it is. But it's just going to be a small table runner. And then I have another one. I just have to connect them together. But I am using my leftover Halloween scraps. And then on the back, this is Halloween Essentials by Stacy Itsu, I believe. It's Moda. I know it's Moda. Because I like Moda. But so that's that. But and then I forget what I was talking about. I am so sorry. That is my quilt as you go hexie quilt. Table runner, I should say. Also for my shop, Nesting Seams, I have been doing some, part of the drop that's going to happen, I've been doing some coasters. So these are going to be in a set. This is what the back looks like. So just be on the lookout for that. Once I do a drop, the day before I drop, I'll release a YouTube video showing everything that I have, showing you prices and everything like that. So again, just be subscribed, be on the lookout for that. And if you see something you like, it's going to be over on my Etsy. So that's that. And then I've been sewing, like I said, I've been sewing a lot. So Fat Quarter Shop, they have their economy, this is actually part of my haul, their economy papers, square and square basically. And I use those to stitch these. So I have a couple of these. What these are, I am making low volume economy blocks because I saw Kimberly Jolly do it, and I love everything that Kimberly Jolly does. So I'm just been using my low volume scraps for that. And so I've been stitching a couple of these every couple days. I only have 4, so I've been stitching like 1 a day for the past week. Oh, this one's upside down. There we go. But that's what that looks like. And then from my scraps as well, I've been, from that Halloween quilt that I just showed from Mojave Farms, I stitched up this little stripe block, which I also do from my scraps. And then I have this one that I made as well from a quilt, which I actually am going to talk about now. So this fabric I am using to sew a quilt by Cori Yoder out of her book, Oh Happy Day. And the quilt that I am sewing is Proposal. This is what it looks like. I absolutely love it. I actually attended a class of hers about this time last year in Berlin, Ohio, and she did a proposal quilt block as a pillow, and that was just so much fun to do. Me and my mother-in-law went. My mother-in-law took me as a early birthday gift. Thank you again, Christina. I loved every second of it. But I got to meet Cori Yoder. She ran the class. She is the nicest person, and she is my favorite pattern and fabric designer. Love everything that she does. Cannot get enough of her. So I'm stitching Proposal out of her book, Oh Happy Day. And the fabrics I'm using are called Mermaid and Blue Jeans. And this is kind of what the colorway looks like. And it's just a whole bunch of just fun under the sea mermaid colors. You got a scale gradient. I think I already showed this one, but it's just so much fun. And if I didn't say, this is Mermaid and Blue Jeans by Dear Stella. And again, it's just so much fun. So I've been kind of working on that. Right now I'm snowballing. I'm not going to show the snowballing, but I'm snowballing the blocks. If you know what the pattern is, you know where I'm at in the pattern. I'm still very early on, so I'm still kind of doing that. But that is the proposal quilt that I'm doing. So that, let me make sure. Okay, that is all that I have for sewing and quilting. Sorry if that was kind of all over the place. That's my first time doing a sewing and quilting in a video, so I will get better. I'm sorry. Anyway, so that's the end of that. And let me just take a drink real quick. I'm so sorry. My mouth is so dry. Okay, thank you, sorry. So next is a haul. So part of my haul, I have a lot to show for a haul. It may not seem like a lot because I'm going to show pictures for quite a bit of it because it's just too much to fondle. But anyway, part of my haul was this economy block. And then I am subscribed to Fat Quarter Shop's Fabric Flair monthly club. And this month was a Focal Patriotic Board fabric. I am not a patriotic type person. It's just not my favorite. And I don't love the pattern suggestions on here. If you have any ideas on what I can stitch on this that is not super patriotic, but kind of fits in that realm, leave a suggestion. I am at a loss for words on what to put on it. I did see this pattern by the Tiny Modders, I think it is. It's called Liberty Bicycle or Bicycle Liberty, something like that. It says Liberty with a bicycle. I thought it was really cute. I think I might stitch that on it and just leave out the word Liberty. Maybe, don't know. But then I ended up getting, oh, this is super exciting. I'm super excited for this. This is 18 count Aida Milk and Honey that I got from Fat Quarter Shop. Let me actually get this out of the packaging, because I don't have a cross stitch fabric stash. I just don't. I buy the fabric as I'm about to use it. So this, I'm very excited for this. I got this for the the stitch along that Fat Quarter Shop is doing for Houses on Pumpkin Lane when they do it in January. I am super excited to stitch all of that. And this is what I'm going to stitch on. I bought this because Kimberly Jolly said that she was going to do it. So Kimberly Jolly is queen. At least to me she is. Sorry if you feel differently. I'm so sorry. Anyway, so that is Milk and Honey, and that was part of my haul. I also got 2 containers of 14 count black Aida, and then I got 5 containers of the 28 count Monaco tea dye for the monthly weigh-in, so that Fat Quarter Shop is doing as well. So I got that. And then when I was at Dollar Tree, I found these, and this reminded me, sorry if you can hear my daughter in the background, my apologies. Yeah, I know I don't have to apologize for that, but sorry, it's just extra noise. But anyway, I found this at Dollar Tree, and Stitching with Housewives do ornaments like that. So I've grabbed, I think, 4 or 5 of them. I'm going to stitch their roundabout ornaments and give one to my mom, one to my dad, one to my grandma, and then one for me for Christmas. And then after this next thing is going to be just a talk, but because this is going to lead into the talk. So I got a Sally Tomato bag pattern. This is the Lauren bag. And then I got the hardware kit for it. So that's all of my haul. Let's just stop there. That's all of my haul that I got. So, oh no, I'm so sorry. I told you I would put photos. I went to Joann Fabrics and I got this Halloween fabric that I'm going to make into a 3-yard quilt. And then I got this gnome fabric that I'm also going to make into a 3-yard quilt. I don't know what patterns I'm going to do yet. And then I got this different kind of like Halloweeny, like mugwort, like potion bottle fabric that I love. And I don't know what I'm going to make with that. All of this is super snuggle fabric. So I don't want to make project bags out of it, but I don't know what I'm going to make out of it, out of that one anyway. So if you have suggestions for flannel, leave them down below, because I'm not looking to make another quilt out of it. I just want like a one-off project, maybe like a pillow or something. I don't know. Maybe, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so that concludes the haul. So now for talking. Back about a week ago, I went to Polar Fabrics, which is in Liberty, Indiana, and I attended a Sally Tomato trunk show, which is where I got that pattern and the hardware kit. That was so much fun. It was so much fun learning about the different types of hardware that she uses, that Jess uses, as well as what the meanings behind like the bags are, because I had no idea that her bags are named after old movies and like old movie characters. I thought that was super cool. I thought that was a really neat like little fun fact about the business. And seeing how she started so young and build up this big business for her, I was so inspired. And that's actually what has gotten me more into the quilting and sewing, because I want to do that. I want to be a quilter for people. I want people to commission me for quilts. I want to quilt your quilts. I want to make quilts for people. That's what I want to do. And so it just was really inspiring to hear her story about how she started when she was in college and selling, you know, making things out of her dorm room and then growing into a business. I really liked it. And she showed a whole bunch of her bags that she did. So it was like a nice little trunk show that we got to see. And I was one of 39 ladies there. And it was just a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun. And if you're ever local and go to Liberty, Indiana, check out Polar Fabrics. It is absolutely amazing. Before I moved to where I live now, and right now I go to Always in Stitches in Noblesville. That's my LNS. They have a YouTube channel. I'll tag them down below for anyone who's interested. I love their YouTube channel. They are so funny. I love them. I love their Flosstubes. I love their YouTube channel. I love going in there. It just feels so homey. They're so welcoming there. I love going there. But anyway, if you're ever, the same thing with Polar too though. If you're ever at Polar, Megan and Rose, they are so welcoming. They greet you as soon as you walk through the door. They'll help you out with anything that you need. I love going to Polar. They were also in a magazine not too long ago. Shoot, what magazine was it? Better Home and Gardens, Better Quilting magazine. I don't know. I don't subscribe to any of those magazines, but I will put a photo here. They were in that magazine, and they did a quilt for that magazine, and you can see it when you go into their shop. It is amazing. I love going there. I feel so at home when I go there. So that is that. I attended that trunk show. That was really fun. And then what I wanted to talk about was my stitching and kind of why I was gone last week. I wasn't up really mentally to film. I'm still trying to figure out a schedule that works best for me for filming. I think me filming on Friday nights and releasing Saturdays might be my new schedule. I really want to participate in Flosstube Fridays, but I'm just too busy during the week to film, really. Once my daughter goes to bed, that's my stitching time and my quilting time and my sewing time, and it takes a lot. I have to be mentally there to film, as you can imagine, and I just wasn't there last week, and so I skipped that week. So I think my new filming schedule is going to be Friday nights and then uploading on Saturday. So I just wanted to put that as a heads up right there, that I'm just kind of figuring things out as I go along. I don't have it all figured out, unfortunately. I don't think any of us do, but yeah. So, and then I do have a book talk. So this is now book talk. Okay. I'm so excited because I watch YouTubers and Flosstubers, and they always talk about books. And I'm like, I don't read a whole lot of books. I don't have time to read a book. So my husband, he reads like crazy. And he listens to so many audiobooks. And he's like, why don't you just listen to audiobooks? And I'm like, because I can't listen to a book. And he's like, but you listen to podcasts and that's the same thing. And I'm like, you're right. That is the same thing. Why didn't I think of that? So I started listening to audiobooks, and I got through 3 in a week. So the first one is Never Getting Back Together, and I know that's by Sophie Gonzalez, I think it is. It is a LGBTQ plus romance, and it is about 2 girls who they get called for a Bachelor-esque type style reality show where they had previously been in a relationship with a guy, and while they are there, one of them wants to get revenge on the Bachelor, and it's about them. It's about their romance. That is not a spoiler. It's about their romance and getting revenge. That's really the most I can say without giving away. I didn't love this book. It was enough to keep my interest without turning it off. I give it a 2 out of 5. It was not my favorite. I just kept going because once I realized I was kind of done with it, that's when it started to get good a little bit. I want to prepare you going in, because if you're looking for a climactic type book, this lets you down. And that's the most I'm going to say about that. It's not climactic at all. Yeah. The second book I read was One Stop Away, I believe it's called. and by, I believe her name is Casey McQuiston. I think so. I read that book. That one was really good. I still only give it 2 out of 5 though. It kept my interest. It was decent. It is another LGBTQ plus romance book, and it is a kind of like not futuristic, but kind of like sci-fi paranormal, kind of paranormal type book. It's about this girl named Jane. She hops on a train and she meets this, no, sorry, the girl's name is August. August, yes, August. Then she hops on a train, she meets a girl named Jane, and they find out that Jane is actually from the 1970s and she is stuck on this endless loop on a train. And August is trying to help Jane figure out why she is stuck on the train and she's not allowed to get off. And they ended up developing a romance. It was good. It kept my interest, but I wanted more. It was, again, not enough to turn it off, but I found myself being like, okay, when does this get good? And it got there and then didn't get there at the same time. These past 2 books, I recommend if you're just getting into I recommend if you're into LGBTQ romance books or just getting into them. They're very mild to get into, very mild romance books. I liked them. I would recommend them, but even though they didn't pique my interest, I should say. But the book that I did read that piqued my interest was this one, which is Delilah Green Doesn't Care. I give this a 3 out of 5. It was good. It was really good. It was nice, steamy, and this is also a LGBTQ plus romance book, and it is about Delilah Green and a girl named I won't give her name actually, but it is about them, and Delilah is invited to a girls getaway for a wedding. She's a photographer, and she develops a relationship, and it's about her and this other girl, and just kind of what goes on during that week and then the weeks leading after. Again, it was very good. It was nice. It was steamy. It was, but it still kept me wanting more. So I guess the premise of these books is that they were good. I would recommend them. But if you're looking for more, climax in both ways, or more just in general, these are not the books for you. At least I didn't think so. If you know books that are similar to this but have that more aspect, please recommend some to me. I'm actually reading this book right now. It is not an LGBTQ plus romance, but it is a true crime book about, I forget what it's called. I'll put it right here. I'm not done with it though. I'm about halfway through, but it's very good. It's about a woman, her son gets kidnapped, and the case went cold, and she's trying to still find the kidnapper. And it is very good so far. I recommend it so far, and I'm only halfway through. But these are just a little snippet of the books that I'm into. True crime is more my style. This book I'm reading is more my style. So if you have recommendations that are similar to like true crime or anything like that, please leave them below. I'd be more than happy to hear them. All right, that is all that I have for today. And I hope you found something that you like. I had a lot of fun filming this video today. I had a lot to show and a lot to talk about, obviously. So thank you for stopping by, and I will see you next time.